So, what is Nuka going to be about musically? Now, why I'm asking you this question is because I always thought you were this rocker babe.
Yeah.
Your personal music, the music that you would put out, would be rock and roll. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you grew up listening to
Yes.
in Delhi and things like that. And I find this so electronic. So,
Yeah.
so you've changed. Tum badal
No.
gayi ho. No, it's okay. What's the musical direction?
So it is electronic because I mean, I am producing it on a computer, on some software, and using like digital and whatever analog equipment to do it. But I feel like I'm not 100%, I have not arrived at my sound. I definitely like, I mean, I have my rock and roll and my metal roots, so it's like dirty bass, like heavy, always heavy bass, and always like grungy grooves. This track I took a little bit easy. I took it a little bit easy, especially because of what the track was about and what I was trying to say. But I think it's going to be more like a it is an electronic, more like experimental sort of zone. And again, I don't know, because if I have a couple of tracks, if you hear them, there's really like, they're all quite fluid. It's all across the spectrum. So I surprise myself when I'm sitting. I'm like, acha, this is like this, okay. Like I love doing soundscapey things, but I also like dancey, beats. So but at the same time, I really like that 9 inch nails kind of. So I don't know. I'm just figuring it out myself.
And your listeners, your audience will start figuring it out with you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I love. You see, the thing is, when you have a desi girl or a desi boy doing international music, it's so cliche to turn around and say, let's use a tabla in the background.
Yeah.
Let's use some Indian classical instruments in the background.
Yes, yes.
And you haven't done that.
Yes.
You're Indian, you stare us in the face, and if
Yes.
there's any Indian influence, is there
Yeah.
for us to see. But you
Yeah.
haven't gone out of the way to turn around and say, I'm going to do this just for
Yes.
effect's sake, which full power to you.
Thank
And that
you.
and that must have played on your mind because some people must have told you.
Everyone, Rishi, everyone has told me this. It's crazy, especially people who I meet from like I met this. I met the some of the guys from the Gypsy Kings in LA, and I met this wonderful lady called Hedda, and we were having this conversation. I was
This is
like,
your culture.
Ah.
Where is your Indian
she,
culture?
she told me, she was like, she said, and I actually, but she was like, you have such a rich culture. You have over 500 beautiful musical instruments. Why aren't you using those? And I was like, no. I said, I'm running away from that because it's not like when I say running away, it's not like I'm not like, oh, I'm not
I
gonna.
mean, you're a proud Indian. There's
Yeah,
not-
exactly.
yeah.
It's just that that's not my vibe, and if it's not, I'm not going to zabardasti. I'm not going to do it on purpose, just to bring that thing to the fore. Like I'm from India, so here's a like you said, here's a tabla. But I started to play her some music, and while I was playing the music, she pointed out a few things to me. She's like, "That's pretty Indian. That's pretty Indian. That melody line is Indian." She's like, "Whether you like it or not, your roots are Indian, and you are Indian, and I can hear it in your music, no matter what it is." And I realized that she was right, and I had a full emotional breakdown there, and I was bawling, and I was hugging her, and I was crying, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to embrace this. I'm not going to run away from it. I'm going to embrace this. And if it comes naturally and from within, let it. And look at my video, yaar. My video, if you see the full first half of my video, we are, I mean, there's no doubt that we are Indian,
Indian, Vedic, everything is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know now what the video is all about. Lyrically, what is Don't Be Afraid? Is it about the fear of the unknown and fear of death, or is there some other elements of writing the song lyrically?
Originally, this song was actually called Open Arms, and I had written it from the point of view of a tree, because I had imagined this big, beautiful tree with these big branches, saying to me that I have open arms. Come to me. I'll sort all your troubles out. I have the answer, because I really do believe that I've been saying this, like shouting this from the mountains, the rooftops, that nature has the answers to all our problems. That's why when we spend time in a natural environment, we feel recharged, our batteries feel, we are refreshed, and we feel that's it. And this is what I wanted to say. And in my video, the video I had imagined for it was all this whole thing happening around this tree. Eventually, all that of course changed, but the idea was that the tree is telling you that, look, everybody's got problems, and what you actually see, it's not, what you see, which is the lyrics, what you see up on the surface isn't always what's inside. And you're not in this alone. Even if you think you are, we're all in this together. Don't worry, come to me. I will sort you out.
Come to mama.